Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, coming at you from the great state of Florida. Will it ever stop raining? Will it ever stop raining? I hope it does, but I am enjoying the wonderful hospitality of the Floridians here, and certainly wherever you are tuning in from around the world, I want to extend a warm welcome for you. Thank you for tuning in. And for those of you who watch the channel on a regular basis, you know what I'm about to say next. Smash that like button. That helps get this content out to more people, help support the channel. Love all the comments and questions. I do get back to those questions as quickly as I am able to, and I really do enjoy reading the comments and the kind words and encouragement. Thank you all who take the time to do that. Now, we do have the altcoin show coming up in a few hours, and I am going to look to do a live show, okay, in the next few weeks, maybe month. And so I wanted to know from you, please put in the comments below if you would love to engage in a live show. That's number one, yes. So put yes if you want to engage in a live show. And then two, why don't you put your time below that you would be available to watch and participate in that live show? If I do a live show, or when I do a live show, I will eventually do one. I want to know what is the best time for you, and I want you to put that below in the comments. Please put it in Eastern Standard Time, because I am in Florida right now, and so I would love that in Eastern Standard Time. So put that below in the comments, and I'll do this poll semi-regularly over the next few weeks, and then I will pick a time. We'll be able to do a live show, and in the live show, we'll be able to chart your altcoin requests as you participate in the chat, and also about different projects. And we can actually take some live trades online, so I can actually show you some trading and some day trading, my money printing method, etc. So let me know in the comments. We're going to jump straight into the show. Just remember, a ton of links below, including the Stocks with Josh Discord links. If you haven't signed up for that, there are links below. Also, my cheat sheet. People ask all the time, where is the cheat sheet? I put it at the top of the description of this video. It's in the description of every video, but just in the more recent video, I put it right at the top. Okay, we're going to jump into the show here. And first and foremost, is the September low in already? Remember, I've been sharing on this channel that in other halving years, the low was in on the 2nd, and the 8th of September. We're now at the 10th of September, and the lowest Bitcoin was on the 6th of September. And I did say in the show yesterday, before Bitcoin started to pump, and the day before, that I felt the September low was in. And if we weren't, that we were very close to it. And I want to give a couple of thoughts behind that. First of all, I think that the Bitcoin low is the most likely scenario. Remember, we deal in probabilities. If the low is in already on September 6th, that's number one. Number two, if we do go lower, because we do have a bit of a CME gap below, down at around the 52K zone, there is quite a few buy orders at 51 and 50K, well, 49,900. There's a $7 million buy order there waiting. Could we have a little bit, one more flush to the downside, create a double bottom there? That is certainly a possibility. I think that's the second most likely scenario there. Certainly coming down into those mid to low 40s is possible, but I think the least likely scenario. But certainly I do want to issue a warning. Remember, Bitcoin does historically like to retest the yearly open, and the yearly open was around $42,000. So certainly there is a possibility that we do go down there, and to be prepared in such scenario there. As you can see here, the current monthly low is on September the 6th, whereas the other, we saw the low, we saw the flush outs. Look at the flush outs. The 5th of June, the 5th of July, the 5th of August, and the 6th of September. So I thought that was funny and a little bit of irony there, but that well could be the Bitcoin low. And historically, when the September low is in, it doesn't come back there. It takes off in October and continues on. And we likely won't see these prices until the bear market, which is why I said, are you ready? And to make sure that you are ready. And I know those in the Discord, what I've heard, the feedback is everybody is ready and has before the pump. Okay, so Bitcoin still, even with all the sideways action we have, is being the best asset. And so best performing asset in the last decade by far, has been Bitcoin, followed by Tesla, and then it looks like Amazon and Microsoft there. So certainly the best performing asset in the last decade award goes to Bitcoin. Is there any surprise there? Really was a lot of outflows of ETFs. And I'm happy to say that on September 9th, there was inflows into the Bitcoin ETF, and the inflows came amid a 3.7% price bump for Bitcoin. And the ETH ETF, unfortunately, they're still on a 5-day streak of outflows. And just glad that the outflow streak is broken. Look, I think that the ETFs having solid inflows just gives retail and consumer confidence. There were 8 days of outflows in a row, so it was good to see that. Although the irony of it all, as the inflows, on this day we had this, BlackRock sold 159 Bitcoin, which is the third day of outflow ever for BlackRock. That's just pretty crazy, but it's just the irony that we had 8 days in a row where there was outflows and BlackRock was positive or wasn't negative any of those days. And then on the day suddenly that there's inflows on Bitcoin, BlackRock has a small amount of outflows there. I thought that was funny. BlackRock has been pretty rock solid as far as ETFs go. The Bitcoin CME gap, freshly made, 52.9 thousand to 54.5. Probably will get filled soon. Look, Bitcoin actually from here could go up, fill the other CME gap at around 62, then come back and fill that gap, or just keep going up and then come back and fill this gap much later, okay? It just has been that in the last 6 months, these CME gaps have been all filled, and they've all been filled fairly within a fairly quick time frame there. And so you can see there that we've got that CME gap, and then there's one there at 62, which didn't get entirely closed yet. As always, they don't have to get filled, but in a ranging environment, they often do. So just be aware of that CME gap there. Certainly the Bitcoin bull flag, bullish divergence, not bull flag, bullish divergence on September 2003 versus 2014. Probably nothing. I'll just bring that up and move me out of the way there if I can. Oops. You can see that there was the bullish divergence, then the price took off, and now we've got another bullish divergence there. So certainly there's just a lot of signs that September 6th low might have been the low there. We'll certainly wait and see. Bitcoin bullish divergence already started to play out yesterday. We saw a nice jump up to 58K. And just remember the Bitcoin range, that the 58 to 60K range, where the key EMAs are trading, the 21-day EMA currently at 58K, the 55-day EMA currently at 60K, and the 200-day EMA at 59.3K. These will be solid resistance. Remember, I've said this over and over and over on the channel, and people ask why I like the 200-day EMA over just the simple moving average, is because the EMA actually puts heavier weight on more recent price. And I'm more interested in what's happened more recently than 200 days ago, okay, or 150 days ago. So that's why I go on the 200 EMA, although I do like the 50-day moving average, simple moving average. Certainly the 200 EMA I like, and you can use that on different time frames. I have shown how to use that on my educational videos, so check out my cheat sheet for my educational videos there. So, and we'll look at the Bitcoin charts in just a moment there. I do like this. Yesterday, the Fear and Greed Index said extreme fear. You realize extreme fear actually means extreme opportunity. The whole game becomes easy. And look, I felt that extreme fear when I was buying the dip on September 6th and was buying coins like Tau at $225. And by the way, it hit $280 just recently. So that turned out to be a fantastic trade. I've been posting these in the Discord. My cheat sheet shows the entry levels and the take profit levels. And also I've been sharing about these on YouTube every day. And so if you have somehow not bought this dip, maybe your last opportunity. There are some, and look, would I still buy Tau in this range? We're going to talk about that in the altcoin show in a few hours. So check that out. Okay. Certainly some, for the month of Rektempber, I'm going to call it Suptember because we're only down 3.63%. So I'm going to say Suptember. I'm going to say go green, September, go green. Let's close the month green. Let's crush this just like we did last year. Let's have September, October, November, December all green. Okay, that's what I'm speaking to this chart right now. Go green, go green. It's like you're at the lights and it's like green, 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 and suddenly it goes green and you thought you had something great to do with it. And anyway, I like to think that way. So we have September there, and then obviously just need to survive September because if history repeats, Bitcoin may be heading for 3 straight positive monthly returns. You can see what's happened in the past halving cycles, and you see what even happened last year with some absolute great upside there as well. And certainly, I think we are close. It's been 143 days since the Bitcoin halving. During the last bull run, Bitcoin started to go parabolic after 160 days. We are so close, and I do think we are close, and I do think that the cycle is playing out, and I do think history will repeat. That is my most likely point of view. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Says the great Maximus Decimus Meridius on the movie Gladiator. So, and we did survive. You just survived one of the largest Bitcoin capitulation events. This is a minor capitulation chart. So you can see that there was just a lot of heavy selling downward pressure by the miners. And this chart, we can see that we've looks like we're in the green now for that. So there was, we definitely have survived minor capitulation. Hopefully the worst is behind us and we're not going to get another further capitulation to the downside there. And I do like this Marty Party. Bitcoin is the rock. Sun, Sol means sun. Water, Sui means water. In my opinion, in crypto, Bitcoin, Sol, Sui, that's all you need. It's hard to disagree with them. They have been 3 big home runs in this crypto market so far. And then he just has a little bit of a wink there. The moon didn't make it. Luna. Ouch. Yeah, I had some Luna that went to 0 as well. Fortunately for me, I took profits on the way up, so my losses were extremely minimal of what they could have been. And I cashed out on a lot of my Luna trade and profits before the Luna crash. He says too soon. So yeah, for those of you who did lose a lot of on Luna, I do feel that was rough, and certainly hopefully we've been able to move on from that and then able to get some of those gains back in the crypto market. Okay, so certainly Earth, Sun, and Water, Bitcoin, Solana, and Sui. That's all the 3 coins you have. Maybe that's all you'll need for this bull run. That's not a bad point. Okay, we're going to jump in. We're going to talk about Sui and Solana in the altcoin show as well. All right, we're going to jump into the charts and then we'll finish off here. So firstly, as we can see, we come into the EMA ribbon here, and that's acting as resistance there. And so you can see we've had a clear rejection at that 58K level. And then certainly this is a ribbon of slow, medium, and fast EMAs from the 2 EMA, I think all the way up to the 100 EMA there. That we have there, maybe the 150 EMA, I forget. But anyway, we can see we're back over. We did not get rejected at this trend line. So I did say to you, if we got rejected at this trend line, but we have set, we've got a low and then we've got a higher low here, okay? And so, and sure, we are possibly creating a lower high, but this, we've got a wedge pattern that we back a larger wedge pattern, if you can see here. I drew all the way back in May. If you've been following my videos for that long, I appreciate you. Thank you. But as you can see, we have possibly going to form a inverse head and shoulders with a head, left shoulder, and a possible right shoulder forming there. What I want to see is a break above the 200 EMA, sitting at around 59,300 right now. So ultimately, I'm still bearish under the 200 EMA. As soon as we flip the 200 EMA, then we flip bullish. This, for me, is still accumulation. So there is still accumulation that can occur because historically, being under the 200 EMA has generally always been a good buying opportunity. And this is with altcoins as well. You can see we don't stay under there long. We don't go far below it. And then once we do take off above it properly, we do see some pretty good upside. And you can go back. I've done this on a previous video, so I'm not going to go all the way back to 2020 to show you the same price action here. But certainly, if you've been following my videos, you can see that last cycle in 2020, from August to October, we were under this, we chopped around and under this 200 EMA before taking off in October. It's quite possible we're going to follow the exact same pattern. And this is why I've called it the reaccumulation zone. We had the accumulation zone before we took off. Here was the time to be taking profits here, here. And then as we came down to here, this July dump was reaccumulation. Obviously, you can trade the ranges, take some profits off the table, still make money in this reaccumulation range, get back in. So I bought dips here, here, and here, and I took profit here, and I took profit here, bought some more dips here, took some profit here, just because we have this here. And so I can just take a little bit of profit here. And then if it had gone up, I would have just taken more profit, okay? And then obviously bought this dip here. And I expect as we come up to here, around 65, I'll probably take some profits off the table here. And I'll take some more profits off the table as we come up to the 69.70 region. And then if we break that, and we will break it, it's just a matter of when, and then we should head up to around near the all-time high of 73.3 and change. If we break through that and retest, then I'll be looking at taking some more profits, on the 80K level would probably be the next area, 78 to 80K level on the way up. And so what areas am I looking at here? Originally, I said way back in August, you can watch all my videos, I felt 51,500, which was about half of this wick. Okay, well, we didn't come down and get all of that half, but we got a good chunk of it. We almost came down. We came down to about 52,200 odd there. Almost hit my target of 51,500. So I almost nailed it. I think that's pretty close from where we had gotten up to here, where people were going, oh, we're going to keep going. I had said the risk was to the downside and that we could possibly come down. And this was my target to the downside. All along I've been saying that is that 51.5. Of course, we've got all those buy orders right back from where we broke out from, which is at about 50,100, around about that level. And so certainly we know that there is a lot of buy orders down there that could come down and get tagged. So I am still looking as this is a possibility, but I do think that the low is most likely in, and if it's not in, that we're close. We're not going to go too much lower than this 52. We could come down and tag this 51 to 50. Remember this. I know it's gross, and I've said it. I think I said it yesterday, and I haven't said it for a little while. I kind of say it in these dips that those who try to pick bottoms get smelly fingers. And really, at the end of the day, when Bitcoin goes to 100K, will it matter if you got it at 56 or 51 or whatever? Certainly, you had an opportunity to grab some at 52, and I hope you did. And certainly, with the altcoins, it's the same thing. Certainly, some of those are more appealing. Certainly, Tau from 225 to 280 might be less appealing than a coin that hasn't yet jumped. But certainly, we'll go over that on the altcoin show today. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Again, thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode, which is going to be in a few hours, the Altcoin Daily Show, happy trading.